Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and most importantly welcome back to Satisfactory, where last time we started working on this small starter base over in the desert biome, and set up a number of automations. So we've got reinforced iron plates over here, we've got some rotors going on, concrete, a little starter energy production with our solid biofuel, and a quick setup for an awesome sink and getting some coupons. So in this episode today, the next step for us to do is to finish off tier 2, which, as you can see at the top right hand side of the screen there, is simply to finish off the jump pads goal. So that shouldn't be too big of an issue. The next big thing then is to start getting the project assembly parts built, and of course the major part of that is to set up the space elevator. So without further ado, let's get this going. So I think I should have the parts already. Yes, I do. We'll stick this over here for now. I may well end up moving it at some point, but this will do for us for the time being. So let's drop this down and enjoy.
Project assembly initialized. Congratulations, Pioneer. The space elevator will now automatically connect with the Project Assembly orbital platform. Project assembly is divided into phases, each of which require the delivery of project parts, such as smart plating, via the space elevator. Subsequent phases unlock access to new tiers with more advanced technologies to construct, automate, explore and exploit. It is time to be honest. This project is part of the Save the Day program, the largest united undertaking in human history, destined to save us all. Earth is in peril and only Fix-It pioneers offer hope for survival. Fix-It is counting on you. Humanity is counting on you. Do not let Fix-It down.
Well, thank you, Ada, for those inspirational words. It's always great to see space elevator come in. Great animation. Shame you only really get it kind of once per game unless you start relocating the thing, but there we go. Right, so we've got smart plating to build. I think what I'm going to do for this is simply manually load up an assembler for this one, just to get it done. We don't need any special setup at this point. Let's get this piece out of the way, so I'm just going to put that over here and set this one to smart plating. Let's just quickly hook it up to a power pole. And right, so it was 50, wasn't it? So we're going to need 100 iron plates. I'll load them in now, and 100 rotors, which I will also load in. So that should give us everything we need. So I'll let that carry on doing its thing. And in the meantime, grab some more bits and pieces to finish off phase 1. Okay, looks like our rods production is finished, so we're going to have to get that set up as well, or set back up I should say. Need a few more rotors. How many more was it? 7. Can I make them here? 2. No, let's just let that finish itself off. It's 3. Oh. 5. I can make those last 2 myself. Fantastic. So tier 2 is done, and let's get.
Reached. The Fix-It jump pad combines high technology and
Let's
innovation
finish
for optimized
for
factory traversal and an ideal travel experience.
the space elevator.
Clarification. Ideal travel experience not guaranteed. Individual results may vary. Pioneers are responsible for all workplace accidents
May double
resulting
this up.
from jump pad usage.
Just to speed things along a little bit. Anyone? Thank you. There we go. Should speed things up a tad. Right, while we're waiting for that, something I'd like to do, it's still fairly early days here in terms of the customizations that we've got. In fact, let's have a quick look. So these will cost a fair bit for the finishes. And then the other materials as well. Concrete's always quite nice. I do like the coated concrete just for that additional shine, but we can't do that quite yet. Concrete walls I quite like as well. Might grab that one. Right, so what I was going to do is start having a look at just a quick customization for our factory here, rather than using the vanilla orange colour scheme. Just fancy something a little bit different. I do quite like this blue. I've never really used it before in any of my factories, so I might try this on for size for a little while, see how it feels. So what have we got here? Copy you and paste here, and you can go into this one. Alright, so we've got blue machines everywhere now. Let me know what you think in the comments. I may end up changing it again. Wouldn't be surprised, but give this a go for a little while. And then the foundations. Might go for something for a bit more contrast, maybe something a bit lighter like this. Okay. Also want to copy this across here, so let's do this on here as well. Copy, paste. Alright. Lovely jubbly. And let's grab. I do quite like the white for the contrast. Let's give this a try. Let's just change this to white. Whoa! A bit too much. I don't really know if I like the solid white. This is a bit more subtle, I think. We got here. Yeah, a bit more muted. See what it looks like in the daylight as well. Come back to this. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Very nice, very nice. Okay, let's see how we're getting on with our smart plating. Not going to be done just yet. So 10 and 15, so we're 25, so we're halfway there. Load some of those in. Okay, while we're waiting then, I think it is probably about the right time to start up some of these other automations. So, as I mentioned in the last episode, I want to try and build out basically a set of bins along here, which we can use to go and collect anything that we need. So we've got 3 here already. We've got concrete, our rotors, and reinforced plates. So we're going to need a bunch more than that. Right, maybe let's start stacking them this way. I might have to mess around with some of this belt work. So we're going to need iron plates, rods, screws, wire, cable, modular frames, probably something else that I've forgotten. Let's have a quick look in here. Copper sheets, there's one. There's one there. Anything else in the assembler? Already said that, so just one more. Alright, not too bad, just missed one thing. This will obviously grow as I unlock more research and need more items, but this will do us for the time being. I think what I shall do here, it's actually worked out quite neatly. I shall take away you and put in a lift. Here. Hopefully this is straight. Yeah, that looks great. Okay, that gives us a bit of clearance to put some belt work in under here. I'll probably just run them underneath. Again, I think I mentioned this on the last episode, I'm not overly concerned right now about doing anything perfect or, you know, in terms of the aesthetic. Just to try and keep things neat. Certainly for later builds, I'll be doing a lot more decoration and detail work and trying to, you know, make things a bit better for walking around in, make sort of, you know, dedicated walkways and all that sort of thing. For now though, all I'm really interested in is getting these items in the quickest or most efficient way possible. So right, iron rods, let's get cracking on those. Okay, so let us begin by getting in our constructor. So this is going to be for iron rods. So 15 per minute in here. I think we can probably stretch to 30 per minute for these. So that's going to need 30 iron ingots. So that's one set. Let's put our power down for the time being. I think what I'm going to do just for these sort of quicker builds is set down the main constructors that are going to be building the items, and then I will build in the requisite items behind, so whether it's just ingots or other items like, you know, rods for screws for example and so on. So yeah, I think what I'll probably do is do this reasonably quickly and then return in a moment and show you how I got on. Okay, here we go again. Welcome back. Quick jump on to the next bit of progress. So a few changes. I've added in all of the automation over here to start building out again our sort of basic parts. So we've got iron plates, we've got screws, rods, wire, cable, and also a tiny setup for copper pipes. So all of those now should be moving towards these bins. And I think we're probably getting close to being ready to set off our first phase for the space elevator. So let's jump over to the assemblers now and see how they got on. Yeah, I think this should be more than adequate. Let's just take back some of the items here. I'll delete you. And what else have we got? Oh yeah, loads of stuff. Right. Perfect. Let's seal up. Load the machine.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 1 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 1 will be completed and the distribution platform will be constructed. After completion of Phase 1, the technologies of Tiers 3 and 4 will become available in the hub. Highlights are automated power, steel production, personnel transportation, and many more. Completing Phase 2 of Project Assembly is your next main objective. New project parts will need to be produced and delivered to the space elevator as you have done previously. Continue to construct, automate, explore and exploit for a better Fix-It future.
Okay. Let's go. Get a good view of this.
Phase 1 of Project Assembly completed. This is only the beginning of Project Assembly, the first step towards saving the day. You have performed adequately so far. Reminder, not only is Fix-It saving humanity, it is saving all of Earth, including kittens and puppies. It is statistically likely that you appreciate the continued existence of kittens and/or puppies. Continue to work for their sake. Continue to work for Fix-It. It is time to start the work on Phase 2 of Project Assembly.
Doesn't seem to matter how many times I see these animations. It's just so freaking cool. Brilliant. Right, so next part we have got smart plating, versatile frameworks and automated wiring. But before we get into all of that shenanigans, we need to get on to some more important matters. Now you will see while I've been building out this new area, all my items, I've been removing some of the old infrastructure down here, so it looks like these can also disappear, which is great, and I'll just continue to farm this as and when I need it, and just delete all of this stuff to clear up the area. But yeah, so that's looking a lot tidier over there now. My hub has disappeared, so let's find a place to put this down for the time being. Yeah, so we can get down both sides, I think. Okay, right, what have we got next? Tier 3 and Tier 4. All blueprints are going to be amazing, but that's a ways off just yet. Coal power feels like the most obvious choice here. Oh, we could probably even do this right away if we are lucky. 500 cable. Load it up. Fantastic.
Milestone reached. Power production can now be fully automated by burning coal, which has been added to the resource scanner. Water is also necessary to run the coal-powered generator and will require a network of pipelines to be transported from a water source. To assist with locating and identifying water, Fix-It has compiled this guide. Water is a somewhat reflective liquid and it may have thick vegetation growing nearby. To test if something is water, try touching it. If it is not solid and does not corrode your suit, it is probably water.
Thank you, Ada. That was insightful as always. And there we have it. So now we have the modular frames automated and going into our bin storage. So I've got a bit of a setup here, just building out our modular frames. So the end assembler there is the modular frames. We have reinforced iron plates over here, iron plates here with some screws and rods, so the rods feed into both the screws and the modular frame assembler there. So nice little setup there just to build those, along with a couple of smelters just making our ingots. I've also had to tame a couple more nodes to achieve this, so I've sort of captured some of the nodes over this way. So this is a copper node which I've just captured. It's just an impure one, but I've got it just for any future needs, and the iron one over there which I needed to sort of help finish off this with some overflow from some of the other projects. You can probably also see that I've started building a little bit of a simple infrastructure just to neaten up our conveyor belt highway here. Just as I'm collecting these resource nodes, I'm putting them onto foundations. I converted this one into foundations as well, so I'll sort of do that periodically as I'm moving around the map and gathering in new resources, just to sort of start to organize things a little bit more. So yeah, that's another little added extra there. What else? So you may have noticed that the the space elevator has been removed. Had a little moment with the power where it kept cutting out, so I've had to build a few more biomass burners over this way. So yeah, it took the room up a little bit, but that's okay. I'll plonk it back down the next time we need it. So yeah, I think that's probably going to be it for this episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please do let me know if you've got any recommends on the next things you'd like to see. I'm certainly leaning towards putting together a coal power plant next, so that we can get off of this wood and leaves requirement that we have right now. So that's probably going to be the next project, where it's going to be a bit of a bigger build. But yeah, looking forward to it, and until next time, I'll see you anon.